In this video, we're going to be talking about Taurus moon in the 5th house and what this placement means natally. So with that being said, what the moon shows us in astrology is it shows us our needs and our form of security. It also indicates to us the emotional state. So it's what gives us emotional fulfillment. Now, when it's in Taurus, which is the sign of resources, self-esteem, and self-worth, what gives the individual security is their assets, their resources, and their ability to have options or to do things. And generally speaking, though, it also shows somebody that has an emotionally stable nature, and they are very resourceful individuals, because the way that they like to solve problems is using resources. And if they don't feel like they have the resources or that they can depend on it, on them, then that's what will give them emotional instability. But for the most part, they always feel like they have enough because they just use whatever that they have at their disposal. And they always have that spiritual wealth within them. That's what the sign of Taurus is about. It's about wealth. And with the moon here, they have like this intrinsic wealth. Even if it doesn't mean money in a large sense, they can always get to any level that they want to financially because they will always be able to build from any level because they're so resourceful. These individuals are very practical and they're always stepping up like to the next level. They're building up. And anyways, they don't ever get stuck because they're resourceful, and they're creative too about their resources. They like to make plans, and they can plan for a goal. Like they can make any goal happen. So it doesn't matter where you place these people. If you place them low, place them high, they're just gonna make the most of what they have, and they're gonna be content. Because the sign of Taurus is about contentment. It's about not comparing yourself to other people and just because you're already happy with what you have. So emotionally, that tends to be your emotional state. And also, this tends to be how you utilize your resources. So you end up with very successful families, or you end up at a higher place than where you started in life. Anyways, in this particular case, we have the moon being in the 5th house. The 5th house is about creations. So when the 5th house is in Taurus, this is about the creation of wealth. So a natural ability that you guys have is you guys have the ability to create wealth or create financial stability or create situations of stability. Whereas, somebody else may not have this, to be honest. There's a difference between being financially dependent and being able to create wealth. You guys are on the side of financial independence and the ability to create. Some people have to deal with the circumstances that are handed to them or the options that are available to them. But in this case, your moon or your security and your resource that you use is wealth that you create. So a lot of times in life, your living situation, your stability, just your whole life is built around the situations that you created and the value that you created. The natural sign that has the 5th house in Taurus is Capricorn, which is the sign of authority, success. And, Capricorns, they have the 4th house in Aries. And so what this is about is they're very invested into personal projects and personal creative ideas. And these are what become a foundation for other people. So whereas, other people, especially like, for example, Cancer, the opposite of Capricorn, they have Aries in the 10th house. So they're very focused on their career. But they do it in order to bring back stability to the home, if that makes any sense. But Capricorns are focused on their personal interests, and they create wealth using their personal interests or their personal goals, and by creating their own forms of stability. And as a result, other people work for them. So when you think of big businesses, when you think of Walmart, when you think of Amazon, all those are examples of Capricorn. They feed a personal interest. And they started from a personal interest from the CEO or the creator. And this became something that other people can rely on now. What if, like, for example, what if Jeff Bezos didn't start Amazon, and what if he just got a corporate job and worked for a company? Then we wouldn't have Amazon. You see what I mean? So Capricorns are kind of like that. They have like personal interests that they work on. And in your case, that's the type of thing that you do, and you like create your own wealth. Like you create your own financial situations. So that really basically sums up this placement. You are more of a risk taker to a certain extent, but like a calculated risk taker. And your stability comes from this energy of creation. So your ability to create the situations that create wealth. Now, when the moon is in Leo, in the 5th house, which is associated with Leo, it's in the 2nd house from the 4th house. So like, the 2nd house is also about resources and finances. So there's a lot of wealth that's indicated by this placement. So yeah, now I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. But for the most part, I feel like I covered what I wanted to for this placement. This is about relying on your creations for stability. You're also pretty confident about yourself, because your ego or your self-esteem revolves around your sense of self-worth. And so you possess a strong or solid ego. And you like to give value to others. So you like to shower people with attention as a form of nurturing them, but you like to shower them with like gifts, and you like to show them you care with material possessions and sharing your wealth with them. Because the 5th house is often about dating and romance. It's about entertaining others. It's about interacting with others for the first time. So, and even it's about like dating as well. So in love, like you like to care for others with gifts that show that you are paying attention to them or that you value them. And that's also how you feel emotionally validated, is when other people value you. And when other people show you that you matter or that you are seen using tangible resources or in tangible ways. And that's the influence of Taurus, which is about material or very practical or objective ways of doing things. So a lot of times gifts and passionate displays of affection is what makes you feel emotionally secure in a relationship, or at least validated and emotionally fulfilled. So I feel like I covered the most of the points that I had in mind for this video. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did or you saw yourself in any way in this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And for natal chart readings or inquiries about your chart, then check the link in the description, which is my Patreon, where I post content from time to time. And also, I do a free natal chart reading for each one of my subscribers on there. And don't worry, it's private. So it's just for you to see. And that's if you wanted a natal chart reading and you wanted a video kind of like this one, but just about your chart and with a visual too, and indicators of each of the planets, and you want me to go around your chart. So definitely check that out if that interests you. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. And I will see you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.